Would you like to know about a criminal organization with 80,000 members that even the Japanese police are reluctant to confront? Gokudo, another name for Yakuza, are members of criminal syndicates with their roots in Japan. Gangster is the English word for Yakuza, denoting a member of a criminal organization similar to the mafia. Rather, they operate risky companies like extortion, engaging in gambling, arms trafficking, internet pornography, and sometimes controlling the stock market with just the swipe of a finger. They also drive customized Lamborghini and unusual bikes and adhere to a rigid code of conduct. Unexpectedly, the Yakuza has now expanded throughout the US, Thailand, China, and South Korea after more than 300 years of existence in Japan. Regardless of the Japanese government's implementation of various laws prohibiting their operations, the Yakuza membership continues to expand. However, the Yakuza gang has $80 billion in earnings. Though they appear dapper when dressed in Western attire, their past is far more terrible than we realize. So in order to fully comprehend the history of the Yakuza, we need to delve back to the 17th century Edo period, when Japanese merchants, or takiya, established their own distinct organizations. Now, the Sengoku period of the 17th century, when Japan had many social upheavals and civil conflicts, is what caused them to arise. The Japanese merchants acquired samurai skills and started handling management duties for many companies as a means of self-defense. Yakuza means the extreme path, which is another way to express this. They also set up stalls where customers could directly hire them for security at Japan's well-known Shinto event. Furthermore, the Japanese vendors that you encounter at American celebrations are regarded as the forerunners of the contemporary Yakuza. However, Yakuza members were still seeking a leader to give them an objective and help them form a distinct identity. As a result, this family hierarchy was established, with Oyabun serving as the head of the Yakuza gang's global operations and regarded as the family boss. The first and second lieutenants, who handle administration, will be beneath him. Big brothers, little brothers are going to contribute the way at the bottom. Kenichi Shinoda is currently the head of the Shinoda family, which is the wealthiest and most advanced criminal network in the world. He has engaged in multiple Yakuza battles and was once seen putting his opponent to death with a katana. Even if their history is fascinating, the Yakuza now adhere to harsh laws or codes of conduct that have allowed them to survive for decades. For instance, if a member messes up or violates the gang's code of action, he is required to chop off the tip of his left little finger and apologize to the leader with the chopped part. This custom is known as yubitsumi in Japanese culture. Every member, even the big brother or underboss, who feels the need to protect the person, receives the punishment to give his finger. The custom of holding a Japanese sword can be linked to another justification for amputating the little finger. A samurai holds his sword tightly with the thumb and index finger a bit looser during combat, using the bottom 3 fingers of each hand to do so. Cutting off the little finger on either hand weakens the samurai's stance in combat and increases their reliance on the other Yakuza members for safety. Once new members join the gang, they are required to show their body art to their superiors by taking off their clothes and trousers. Therefore, the body art also serves as identification proof. Thus, once the Yakuza established a distinct organization, their inevitable presence attracted the interest of large corporations and billionaires who valued employing them for financial gain. Even financial institutions have begun collaborating with them. The Securities and Exchange Surveillance Commission of Japan claims that over 50 listed companies on the stock exchange are connected to organized crime. What the millionaires neglected was that the Yakuza was able to grow their empire as a result of their loyalty to them. Yakuza leadership was responsible for controlling the meth drug trade and creating Japan as the ideal location for human trafficking. With the increase in their earnings through various ventures, the Yakuza established reliable connections with real estate magnates. Before long, Yakuza also became experts at pressuring small real estate firms to accept less for their properties in order for larger ones to move forward with their schemes. Yakuza have now been able to build a base in Hawaii, thanks to this enormous strength, from which they supply Japan with American-made handguns. Local Korean and Vietnamese gangs are among their strongest allies. Yakuza purchases .38 caliber revolvers from these groups for $275, but then sells them in Tokyo for $4,000, a price that is more than 14 times the initial purchase price. As a result, the US government has also imprisoned numerous Yakuza leaders. Nothing, however, prevents them from continuing to live an opulent lifestyle. Well, aside from starting anti-Yakuza campaigns around the nation, it's shocking to see that the Japanese public recognizes the Yakuza's strength. 1 in 10 Japanese citizens under 40 believe that the Yakuza should still be in existence, according to a 2017 survey. Its selflessness in helping those in need after earthquakes and letting less privileged people join their gangs was a major factor in their recognition. How do the Yakuza spend their billions? At the moment, it is rare to come across someone who is insane enough to break into the house of a criminal leader. However, we occasionally get a peek at how extravagant the lives of the wealthiest Yakuza gangs are. We were able to inspect the multi-million-dollar estate of Satoru Nomura, the leader of the Kudokai family, in 2014, thanks to a large police raid on the family. The residence had the appearance of a fortress. Additionally, we have observed a number of bosses and high-ranking gang members driving extremely expensive vehicles that cost huge sums of money. The Toyota Crown, which is valued at about $50,000 without the improvements, and the opulent Nissan Chima, which is probably enhanced with bulletproof glass and other defenses, are two of the more intriguing cars. Other high-end vehicles in the Yakuza garage include a few Bentley Flying Spurs valued at $370,000, a futuristic Toyota Velfire valued at roughly $100,000, opulent Rolls-Royce limos valued at approximately $500,000, and of course, the opulent Toyota Alphard. The Yakuza bosses have incredibly opulent lives, even though they don't show it. What do you think about the most dangerous criminal group in Japan? Tell us in this space provided for comments. Stay tuned to watch our next interesting video.